it's Shay and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I wanted to show you one of my old artworks from about grade 7 or 8. And since it's mermaid, I was thinking we'd do a redraw of this mermaid I did when I was 11. There is a very large 5-year gap between now and then, so if I haven't improved a bit, I'll just cancel myself. Okay, so I remember doing this in a journal, a random notebook I found about the place, and I just started sketching. Now, the thing about this piece is that the composition is not that bad. It was just hastily scribbled on. I posted this to my old Instagram, and I called it a masterpiece. So young. Okay, so on to what's wrong with this piece and what I want to change about it. It's the back view of a mermaid pulling herself out of the water to look at a lighthouse in the distance. The composition of this piece isn't that bad, but I remember scribbling the lighthouse as an afterthought. I don't like her tail. The pose is a bit stiff, and I remember drawing her like Ariel, like bursting from the water in that one scene from The Little Mermaid. I was trying to make the rock a little dark, like covered in moss and sea life and stuff. I remember thinking that this was a masterpiece because I put her tail underwater and, the coloring was a bit tricky. I thought I was some Van Gogh Michelangelo hybrid. Okay, so let's start sketching. Things I'd like to change about this: I'd like to bring the lighthouse like really close into the foreground. So the lighthouse will be nearer to the mermaid, and then I'd like to make the mermaid's tail a lot longer because it seems a bit short and stumpy in my old piece. I mean, look at it. If she was a human, where would her knees be? Her knees would be just about where that dorsal fin thing ended. It would be kind of short and stumpy. So I wanted to bring her tail around, curling on the rock, just to show a kind of flexibility and fluidity of the piece and of the sketch. I know I usually lose some of my fluidity when I ink and line my sketches, because all the sketches have all these motion lines and direction lines and construction lines that make the piece seem really all fluid, and it actually looks like a drawing. But when you ink it now, it just looks like a printout of something, and you have to choose one of those many lines that you sketched in to line, and then it just ends up making your piece look stiff and unattractive. But what can we do? You just have to capture that motion of fluidity. Now, because I used pencil crayons before, I'll stick to my roots and use my old Crayola pencil crayons. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I didn't do any shading at all on this, so maybe I'll do some fancy lighting if I remember the light, which I don't. If you finish watching the video, you'll remember I do not put in the light from the lighthouse. One more thing I'd like to point out is that hair. Look at her hair. Come on, I know mermaid hair defeats all laws of physics, but come on. It's supposed to be wet, and it's sticking out diagonally from her shoulders. So you see, this is why I drew the hair more droopy and kind of following the contours of her back. But this hair, oh my god, that 5 years difference, man. So I'll leave you to the time lapse now. Later. Guys, you be the judge. You tell me if I did my 2014 self justice. I'll be posting the side by side on my Instagram at ChaseArtsy, so check it out and follow me if you want to see more. Thanks for watching and stay sketchy. Bye!